Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how I crochet the beautiful Chevron baby blanket. I made a baby blanket out of this. Of course you can make a large blanket or you can even make a scarf with this pattern. It's super easy to do, I promise, and it's just a 1-row repeat, and this 1 row is also super easy. Here you can see how it looks like. On the bottom I didn't make any border or anything because it's just pretty the way it is. Of course you could make one, this is totally up to you, but you can see over here it's also all nice and even. Like I said, I used 5 different colors. You could use as many colors as you like, but like I said, it's a very easy and fun project to do. And now I will show you what we need and how to crochet the beautiful Chevron baby blanket. Today I'm using an 8mm crochet hook. You will also need a pair of scissors, a yarn needle, and today I'm using paint box yarns and Simply Chunky. So this is just a normal chunky yarn. This is 100% acrylic yarn and it has 149 yards. Of course you can use any yarn you like, and I use this yarn in 5 different colors. And now I will show you how to crochet the baby blanket. We will start with a slip knot, and we will make a chain in a multiple of 27 chains. So 27 chains makes 1 V, and for my baby blanket I crocheted 135 chains. Like I said, it has to be a multiple of 27, so either 54 or 81, 108, 135 chains. This is totally up to you, but it has to be a multiple of 27. For the tutorial today, I am making 54 chains, and you keep making your chains until you have your desired length for your baby blanket or your big blanket, and I will see you back in just a minute. Once you're done with your chains in a multiple of 27, in my case 54, you will add another 5 stitches. So another 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we can start our first row. For the first row, we will skip the first stitch where our loop is coming from. So we will insert our hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn, pull up, and we will be working in single crochets. So just grab the yarn and go through 2. This is our first single crochet. In the next stitch, we will make another single crochet. And this is a 1-row repeat, so you will repeat this row over and over again. So for the next stitch, it's very important to skip. So we will skip the next stitch after our 2 single crochets, and we will go into the stitch after that. So go into the next stitch and make a single crochet. And now we will make 12 single crochets. This was our first, and we need a total of 12. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now we will make the peak, and the peak is super easy. Also in the next stitch here, we will make 3 single crochets all in the same stitch. So in the next stitch, we will make 3 single crochets all in this one stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. And this is how you crochet the peak. Now we will crochet 12 single crochets down. So again, 12 single crochets. I will crochet this with you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. You can see we have the peak here, and now it's time for the bottom, and here we will just skip 2 stitches. So you will skip the next 2 stitches, so 1 and 2, and into the 3rd stitch here you will insert your hook and make a single crochet. And again, this is our first single crochet out of 12. So again, we will crochet 12 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And into the next stitch here we will make our peak again, so 3 single crochets all in the same stitch. So in the next stitch here 3 single crochets, so 1, 2, and 3. I will lay it down for you so you can see the first row is a little bit curly, but this will lay all flat in a couple of rows. So you see we worked our peak, we went down, and now we again at the peak we did our 3 single crochets, and now we will work 12 single crochets down again. It's always 12 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Since I only made 54 chains, I'm here at the end already, but if you of course make a bigger blanket, you will now skip the next 2 stitches and work 12 single crochets up, work your peak with 3 single crochets all in the same stitch, and work down. But now I'm at the end and you will have 3 stitches left, and we will do the same like on the beginning. We crochet 2 single crochets and skipped 1, but now we will skip 1. So skip the next stitch, and into the stitch after that work a single crochet, and in the last stitch also a single crochet. And this is how you finish your first row. And like I said, right now it's all curly, but you will see it will lay down flat in just a couple more rows. Now we will start with our next row, and like I said, this is a 1 row repeat, so you will repeat this row over and over again until you reach the desired height for your baby blanket. So let's start the next row. We will always chain 1 and turn our work around. So just turn it around, and now we can start the next row. So again, in the first stitch here we will make our first single crochet, and we will go into the next stitch, work our second single crochet, and now we will skip the next stitch. This is very important, and you have to remember this in each row. So 2 single crochets, you will skip 1 stitch, and in the stitch after that you will make a single crochet again. So this is my first single crochet out of 12, and I will crochet this row with you one more time. So we skipped a stitch, made a single crochet into the next stitch. This is our first stitch of 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now we will crochet the peak again, so into the next stitch over here you will work 3 single crochets all in the same stitch. So 1 single crochet in the same stitch, make a second single crochet, and one more time in the same stitch our third single crochet. And this is how it looks like. And now we will crochet 12 single crochets down again. I will crochet this with you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We are now at the bottom part. So here it's always important to skip 2 stitches. So you will skip the next stitch and the stitch after that. So skip 1, 2, and insert your hook into the third stitch and work a single crochet. And this is our first single crochet of 12 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And now we're at the peak again. So again, in the next stitch, 3 single crochets all in the same stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. And I will lay it down one more time so you can see. You can slowly see the pattern. Like I said, once you repeat this row, it will all lay down flat and be all nice. So after we did our peak with the 3 single crochets all in the same stitch, we will now crochet 12 single crochets down again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And now you would skip 2 stitches again and work 12 single crochets up, make your peak with 3 single crochets all in the same stitch, and then you will work down again. But I'm here at the end of my row. So we have 3 stitches left, and here's also very, very important. You just have to remember that you will skip the next stitch here. After your 12 single crochets, you will skip the next one. So skip the stitch, go into the next stitch, make a single crochet, and also into the last stitch. Sometimes it's really hard to see that it's actually a stitch, but you will insert your hook through here. So just insert your hook, make sure you have 2 loops on your hook, and work your last single crochet in here. And this is how you finish off your second row. And this is, like I said, a 1 row repeat, so you will repeat this row over and over again. And I will show you one more time how to start the next row. and then I'm pretty sure you already know how to do it. Then you will repeat this row. So always chain 1 and turn your work around. And now into the first stitch over here, insert your hook, work your first single crochet, go into the next stitch, work your second single crochet, and now it's very important to skip the next stitch. So skip the stitch, go into the next, and now you will repeat making 12 single crochets up. When you're at the peak, you will make 3 single crochets all in the same stitch, and then you work 12 single crochets down, skip 2 stitches, and repeat this row. And I will finish this row, and then I will show you one more time how to change colors. So just repeat this row, and I will see you back in just a moment. I'm now at the end of my row, and as always, after the 12 single crochets, we will skip the next stitch. So skip a stitch, go into the next stitch, work a single crochet, and now I will show you how I changed colors on my baby blanket. I worked 6 rows and then I made a color change, but this is totally up to you. You can make it wider if you want, or you can make it all in one color, but I will show you how to make the color change. So we are now in our last stitch here. So we will insert a hook into the last stitch, grab the yarn and pull up. And normally we would finish our single crochet, but we will leave the 2 loops on our hook. So just leave it there. And now grab your next color you want to use, put it on your hook and pull through the both loops. Like I said, this is how I did it, so it's nice and even when we do the color changes, but if you want to make it in a different way, this is absolutely fine. And now you will chain 1, turn your work around. And what I did for my baby blanket, I always grabbed the yarn I changed the color with, and I crocheted over it, so I didn't have to sew it in, but this is totally up to you. So now in this first stitch, insert your hook, grab the yarn, pull up, work your first single crochet. You can pull it here a little bit, and this will be sewn in, so this will pull also. And you can see I have my yarn tail here, so I will insert again under the next stitch, work my second single crochet. Now it's very important to skip the next stitch, so 2 single crochets, skip a stitch, and now again the first single crochet from 12. And now you just repeat the row. Like I said, I crocheted over. You can see I have the tail here on top, and I crocheted it in a little bit so I don't have to sew it in later. Yeah, and this is how I changed colors, and now you will repeat this over and over again. And like I said, I made each color change after 6 rows of single crochets. And this is how you crochet the baby chevron baby blanket. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you have a lot of fun crocheting it. Of course, I would love to see your pictures of your finished blankets. You can find me on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great time crocheting, and I hope to see you back soon. Bye.